What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new video. Look at this ring light, y'all. Like, this ring light is the truth. I look so good in this ring light, but sadly 2 weeks ago I did not look good because I had COVID. If you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe and give me a big thumbs up because your girl is close to 600 subscribers. Help me get to that mark so I can post good quality content for y'all. But I know what y'all here for, so let's hop right into this video and talk about how your girl, I had COVID, y'all. I had COVID. This all started on Thanksgiving week, y'all. I woke up that Monday and I had a headache to the point where like my head felt like it was squeezing. My head felt like it was crumpling, felt like a migraine. So I'm like, okay, let me take some Advil, KO, wake up, and I should feel better. I went to sleep, woke up, and I felt worse, y'all. How I go to sleep and wake up and feel worse? So I'm like, okay, this is strange, but I don't know. I wasn't thinking much of it just because it was just a headache, like I said. And so I just went on the whole day and kind of just went to sleep, woke up on Tuesday. And at this point, I have a headache, and now my nose is like, my nose feels like pressure. There's like pressure behind my nose. And I've never really felt like this before. So go to sleep, wake up on Wednesday, and at this point, my head is hurting, my nose is hurting, and my eyes are hurting. And all of these symptoms, I've heard all these symptoms before when people have sinus infections, and my boyfriend gets sinus infections like every year. So I'm like, okay, I have a sinus infection. That's what it is because I'm not missing out on this turkey, right? And so at this point, it's like I woke up at like 9 a.m. and I'm on my phone, but I had to literally put the covers over my face because like my phone was too bright. There was sun like coming through the window and everything was just too bright to the point where it was hurting my eyes. Then my eyes would hurt my head. And it was just like a whole relay effect, like my eyes and my head just going back and forth. So I finally found a doctor's office that would take me in and not have like an appointment or whatever. And I just paid the little payment and I'm good to go. And they would tell me what was wrong with me. But I told her my symptoms and she was like, yeah, so some of those symptoms, especially the headache, is a sign of COVID. So you're going to have to go and get a rapid test before we even let you in the door, sis. And I was like, a rapid test? A rapid test for COVID means I don't have COVID. Come on, sis, don't try me. She was like, yeah, that's the only way we're gonna let you in unless you go to the emergency room. And I'm like, I'm not going up to no emergency room to run up a bill that I gotta pay for. And nothing is even really wrong with me. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I found a place that was gonna do rapid tests and they finished in 15 minutes and it was like $99, y'all. So it was a drive-through line. So I'm in the drive-through line, and while I'm driving to the actual like COVID test, I had to put on these big like sunglasses. And when I tell you I was driving like 20 miles per hour, I was damn near on the curb because like that's how bad it was. I wish I could drive with my eyes closed, but I wouldn't be here to be telling you guys this story today. So I finally got to the front of the line and they did the nose swab on me and they made me go park like in this little parking spot. They was like, we'll be out in like 15 minutes to give you your results. So boom, I'm chilling in the car. I'm like, I'm hyping myself up. I'm like, girl, you a real bitch. Like, you don't have COVID. Like, ain't no way. You don't even go nowhere. She finally comes and she's like, she knocks on my window and she's like, hey, are you Emma? And I'm like, yeah. She hands me my test like this. And this is how the teachers be handing you your test when you fail. So at this point, my heart fell down to my ass, y'all. Like, she had me the test like this and she was like, yeah, you're positive. And then she ran away. She ran away after saying you're positive. She ran away. So at this point, y'all, when I tell y'all, when she said I'm positive, I had on my sunglasses so she couldn't really see my eyes, but my eyes started watering up so bad because I'm like, you know, I don't know how many people I could have gave this to already. My boyfriend has like asthma and stuff like that. I don't want to kill this man. I don't want to be a murderer. Like, I had a lot of emotions going through my head at the moment. So I'm driving back home and I'm like, you know, I have COVID. I'm texting as many people who I've been around, which is not that many people, but I'm texting as many people just telling them like, hey, I have COVID. Like, go ahead and get tested. Make sure you're good. And I finally get home and my boyfriend was like, you know, it's best if you just quarantine in the bedroom and he just like have the rest of the space like to himself. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But it was all fun and games until like you're locked in a room for like what, 10 days, y'all, and you can't get out the room. The only time I got out the room was literally just to take a shower, brush my teeth, and wash my face. So I ended up having to call my job, tell them that I had COVID. I couldn't come in for 2 weeks. Had also called my mom and told her that I was not coming to Thanksgiving dinner because I have COVID. So the next day was Thanksgiving. My boyfriend's mom ended up bringing some Jamaican food, which was clutch because I was like, no way it's Thanksgiving and I'm not eating nothing good. And then after that, my mom ended up bringing me some Haitian food and she brought me some medicine. And tell me why she brought me medicine and it was filled with vodka, y'all. So I'm drinking it. And I literally was like drunk at like 9 a.m. y'all. And she's talking about, it's good for you. It's good for you. Drink it, drink it. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So by then I waited for 7 days because probably by like the 5th day, I was feeling much better. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. COVID, I probably beat it already. So I went to go get tested on the 7th day, the following Wednesday. And y'all, my test was positive again. My test was freaking positive again. So I'm like, bruh, like, when is this gonna go away? Because I felt physically fine, but I didn't want to like go out and like spread it to people. So of course I went back in, and by then the CDC had kind of already changed the guidelines from 14 days to 10 days or something like that. So I'm like, okay, I don't really know what to believe because like my mom is telling me something, CDC is telling me something, internet is telling me something. Like so many people have like so much information about COVID, but it's like it affects everybody's body differently. So we don't really know what to believe, what to take in, and what's true. So I waited the full 10 days and I got tested again. At this point, I'm good to go. I'm kind of happy that COVID didn't have a physical pain on me, like make me sick. Like how most people who have COVID like almost die, y'all. So I'm really lucky that I did not almost die from COVID. I just had minor symptoms of just sleepiness, headache, and stuff like that. For those of you guys that do have COVID, you know, hang in there. And also for those of you guys that do not have COVID, don't take the chance. Go ahead and put on your mask. But anyways, y'all, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. And if you made it to this point, yeah, thank you guys for making it to this point. Stay tuned for Vlogmas Day 3. I'm not even sure when I'm going to record, but stay tuned. Bye, guys.